Hi everyone. Sorry, there's about a 30-second delay, so I just had to make sure all the encoding was working and everything like that. So, um, how is everybody? It's good to see some new faces and some old faces. So I'm flying solo tonight, and I'll explain why. We're not here to discuss the events that have occurred over the last few days. Early this morning, there was a decision made because litigation's going ahead with the cease and desist. That means both sides. So it doesn't mean taking 3 videos down and putting one up in as a replacement. It is best at the moment, until that is all sorted, to to leave everyone out of it, and get back to the true crime and fun and things like that. So, if you came here, I'll address everyone. If you came here for the drama, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's not my thing. It never has been, and I don't plan on continuing that. The reason this story was put out was a person was my friend, and I've made new friends out of it. And it was for them to have their side of the story. That's it. It's not for views, it's not for dramas. The only time I care about views is if it's a missing persons case, which I've done a lot of, particularly in Texas. And I'm going to get back into that. I've just been dealing with my health the last couple of, well, probably a year. So when you have to deal with your health, everything else kind of goes to the wayside. So I have taken a break from true crime, got into community gaming with some of the guys here, Ollie and Australian sister, who's been wonderful. Shout out to the nurses. So yeah, if I seem if I'm trying to find words in that, it's just because I'm not getting any REM sleep. I'm having a really adverse reaction to Cymbalta. I'm coming off that. All of these kind of things, but I did want to be here for you guys. If I schedule a live, I try to keep my promise to be here. Unless I'm violently ill, and I've been meaning to do this for a while anyway, because there was a lot of comments. They're linked in the description. There's part 1 and part 2 that I did back when I started the channel at the beginning of 19, on this case, and it's always stuck with me. For Australians, a lot of people know this case. It's kind of like the Casey Anthony, kind of miscarriage of justice kind of thing, but for Australians. So I'm trying to look at the camera, read the chat. I do have StreamYard backup there if anyone wants to come up on panel. If not, that's fine. I'm used to talking to myself, talking to you guys. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, just if I seem, like I can't construct a sentence. It's just like waking up in the morning before you've had your coffee, and you don't recognize anything. But imagine having that all day, every day. So, yeah. So, I love you too, Nikki. It's all good. It's all good. No, the Aussie girls don't muck around. Don't muck around. I don't suffer fools lightly, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna really say about it. It's just a waste of time and energy. Just a waste of time. So many good things, fun things we could be doing. I've been playing Pokemon. I'm getting addicted to Pokemon Go. It's serious. I need to go and see someone about it. But Yeah, so seeing some new faces and some old ones. So if you, particularly Victorians too, are in lockdown, I'm so sorry. If you're at home and you're crazy and you're going nuts and you want something to do and you like playing games, we have so much fun in here. So if you see a Jackbox stream, jump on and we'll show you how to play using your phone or computer. Trivia, all sorts of fun games, word games, find out who the alien is, you know. Hi Julie, welcome. So I didn't have this planned as much as I wanted to. So, but I did go through today and edit some of the footage from 60 Minutes. I need to be a little bit careful with them because Channel 9 like to demonetize your stream. I've learned. But Julie, I got your email. I tried to renew my Skype credit and it just kept going, it just kept like buffering. So after this live, I will, what time is it in Texas? It is Central, so it is 5:37 a.m. You're up early. Okay, after this live, I can try and give you a call, try and get my Skype credit organised. That is in relation to a missing persons case I did in Texas. Interviewed the FBI, interviewed the Texas Rangers. I've got contacts there for you. I won't talk about it too much on the stream. I need to talk, but I will, Julie, I'll contact you after this. Jello. We don't call it Jello. We call it jelly. Anyway, so most of you remember the JAIDYN LESKIE case. If you want to watch the two videos, they're linked below in the description. So about, I want to say 4 to 6 weeks ago, 60 Minutes did an episode on it. And it's good if you don't know the case because it gives you a lot of things. But there's a lot of things it didn't give. I felt like jury, like with the jury, with the evidence. And obviously, so just really quickly, Belinda Murphy had a son named JAIDYN. She had a boyfriend named Greg Domasevich. She went out drinking with her sister one night. He was looking after JAIDYN. Greg went to pick Belinda up from the pub at 2 a.m. in the morning. Left JAIDYN at the house because he thought he'd be safe. Came back, they found a severed pig's head thrown at the window. The window was smashed and JAIDYN was gone. They presented to the police station at about 5 a.m. There's a gap in between where he says he thinks he can find JAIDYN. He tells Belinda some lies. They arrest him 3 to 4 weeks after JAIDYN goes missing. 6 months after JAIDYN goes missing, he's found in a sleeping bag, weighed down with a crowbar in Blue Rock Dam. But yeah, watch the videos below and it'll give you the full story. So with 60 Minutes, they actually interviewed him, and this is the first time he's spoken in over 20 years because this happened in, was it 97? Julie, I do have your number. Yeah, I'll fix my Skype credit after this, hun, and I'll give you a call. I know what you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. So that's basically the premise of it. I wonder how much Channel 9 paid him for this interview because remember he was acquitted, so there wasn't any kind of like if you're found guilty of a crime, you can't profit from anything. You can't, from book deals or anything like that. But he was acquitted. So how much did Channel 9 pay him? First of all, I'm going to play some clips of him talking. And to be honest, it was the same old crap he was saying when he was in his 20s. A few variations, but nothing major. And that, so I wanted to kind of talk about that just briefly. The main thing I wanted to talk about was the timeline, because someone actually mentioned in the comments on one of the videos that the police got the timeline wrong, and I kind of agree. Yes, the police did mess up the investigation. They kind of botched it. They didn't fingerprint the house. The biggest thing is they gave his car a cursory once over, but they didn't forensically completely search it, and you'll see that in the videos. That was a huge one, because they wanted to let him go and see if they would lead him to JAIDYN, and he didn't. He went to Belinda's house. So, alright, Julie, I will talk to you soon. So, yeah, I just want to bring up these videos, and it's just quite interesting. Now, I'm not going to be able to hear them. For some reason, OBS does not want to... Does anyone remember this case? I look at the picture of JAIDYN and it reminds me of my son so much. You could be looking at a picture of my son. He's a couple of years older than what JAIDYN would have been. He'll be 28 in a couple of weeks. And where's my channel? Okay. Bridget, you have a channel. How do you go to it? Oh, my name's Bridget, by the way. Yeah, okay. My channel. The thing that says your channel? Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a life insurance policy
you no longer need?
Now you can sell your policy, even a term policy, for an immediate cash payment. Call Coventry
okay.
to learn more.
I just need to be able to hear some of this. I'll keep the volume down. Just so that I will be able to know where I'm at. Okay, so let's get rid of our background. Let's bring this up.
If I didn't leave the house to pick up Belinda, nothing would have happened. So I was just like mucking around in the car, and yeah, but he just spent like the afternoon, you know, like while I was doing that, you know, just playing with the dogs. There's a big difference from an accident. If I didn't leave the house to pick up Belinda, nothing would have happened. So, if I didn't leave the house to pick up Belinda, nothing would have happened.
Oh, thanks, Yoga. Yeah, I'll be 46 on Wednesday. I think we're gonna have some sort of party. It was so horrible. Sorry, I've got a delay, guys. He keeps saying, you know, that there's a big difference. He said this back then. There's a big difference between an accident and murder. So it kind of led people to think that an accident did happen. And you saw the footage there of his garage and where he was working on the car. Yeah, I want to keep playing because there is one thing he says different about the car. Back then he said something, well, the police said something about it falling off the jack, and that might have been how JAIDYN's arm came to be broken. Now it was seriously broken. I don't know if I got a clip of it, but it was like car accident broken, not, you know, fall over broken.
The court of public opinion still is quite damning. There was no accident?
No accident, like I said. It's like... You
didn't murder him, you didn't hit him on the head, you didn't break his arm?
No. Just a mistake, and then ended up costing a young boy his life, you know, which is on me.
Hey, honey
The tight
badger.
timeline, it was argued, made it near impossible for Greg to dispose of JAIDYN's body. After dropping Belinda home, Greg... You didn't murder him, you didn't hit him on the head, you didn't break his arm.
Like, how much did Channel 9... Sorry, I want to get to that timeline. I just stopped it for a minute there because I'm on a 30-second delay. Because that deals with the timeline. So, yeah. How much did they pay him for that? He just... I mean, there's more there, obviously. But, I'm just like... What was the point of getting him to come forward 20 years later and say the exact same things and pay him for the privilege? It didn't shed any light. It didn't give any answers. I don't think we're ever going to get answers, just like the Casey Anthony case, as to what really happened. But the circumstantial evidence in this case was a lot stronger than it was in the Casey Anthony case. The crowbar being a huge piece of evidence that he had borrowed from a friend, and when the friend went to get it back, it wasn't there. Greg said it was in his car that was in Melbourne being forensically tested, which was a lie, because it never was, you know. So, yeah, so many inconsistencies, so many stuff-ups. I think... I wonder... Oh, hey, MJ. Thank you, honey. How are you? This is a different MJ, guys. Don't worry. Yeah. Good friend of ours. Good friend. We all met on the scam baiting community. So if you want to watch a great team waste scammers time, subscribe to Trilogy Media. That's where we all met. Australian Sister and MJ, Honey Badger. We all met there. We've become firm friends. So how are you going with your pain, MJ? Is Connor back? I'm not sure if he's back. Hearts everywhere. Love, love, love. I like to keep this place positive and happy and drama-free if possible. However, if someone... needs a platform for their voice to be heard, or if they need me to be their voice, then yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Otherwise, we're just a happy family here. So I know it played a little bit of that, but I just want to get that timeline up, because a couple of people said the police have got the timeline wrong. Thanks for subscribing, Nicole. You're addicted to backgammon. I think we all have our little addictions that we want to. Mine's definitely. Oh no, it stopped. Mine's definitely Pokemon Go. Now with the new levels and things like that, and Jackbox. Playing Jackbox with these guys. If you're in lockdown or whatever, yeah, stop by, play a game. Trivia Murder Parties is good. It kind of fits in with this channel, and you can die. So don't get your questions wrong. But no, just kidding. But it's fine, Nikki. It's fine. You need a triple neck fusion, MJ, and nerve compression surgery. Oh, and the hand as well. Oh, dear me. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. Oh, Jenny, dyslexic. Can you play Can you play trivia? Can you answer questions? Oh, the mini games might be a bit of a problem, might they, guys? Except when you get scratch tickets and die. Anyway, it's just part of the game. Part of the game. I'll play this, yeah, Jenny, I love hidden object games. So, you know, you've got to go here to get this so you can use this, and then you've got your hidden object scenes and stuff like that. So, yeah, problem solving skills, it really helps. And it helps for me, try to keep your mind sharp, you know. So, Connor's going to be in Sydney till August. Okay. Oh, I'd love to meet him. I don't think I'm going to get down there until October, but then we're all going to meet up for a huge party, probably for Hot Scorpio's birthday, because it's supposed to get there last year and we couldn't. Honey Badger, what are you doing? You got a new job, or fairly new job, so you off to work soon? So what time is it? Oh no, you're not off to work soon. Oh, hang on, what time is it? Oh, you might be. It's almost 11. Derek and Jumper and our Jackbox community, yeah. So I was just saying, you know, if I'm not streaming, it's because I'm just not well. That's all. You know, you've got to look after your health first, I think, you know, because if you don't have your health, what do you have? You've got nothing. So, yeah. You're working day and night? Oh, damn, just think of the money, girl. You'll have to let me know when you're free, and I'll come and trade some more Pokemon with you. Darn the C word. Yeah. Everyone here is just brilliant, guys. They're just amazing women. Amazing. Alright, I'm going to play this timeline. I want to play it because they're saying, okay, so he picked Belinda up at 2. They get home about, I don't know, 2:15. They get home just before 3. There's a pig's head thrown at the window. The windows are broken. Jaidyn's gone. They present to the police station at 5. So the defence is saying he's got between 3 and 5 to drive out to Blue Rock Dam, weigh him down, you know, all of this, drive back. But I don't think that's when it happened. I agree with some of the people who have commented and said that timeline's wrong. And I think this is why he was acquitted, because the jury didn't think he could do it all in that 2-hour period or 1 hour, 45-minute period. I think he did this earlier. Come back up. Let it go. Background's off. Oh, click on the wrong one, Bridget. I didn't. Uh-oh, we have technical difficulties.
If I didn't leave the house to pick up Belinda,
Sorry, I might have to go through this again, but it's quick.
nothing would have happened.
So,
Has he disappeared now, MJ?
I was just like mucking around in my car, and, yeah, but he just spent like the afternoon, you know, like while I was doing that, you know,
2 of the girls
just
are
playing
in
with the dogs.
Sydney. Alright, so these were the clips
There's
I
a
just did.
big
You can see the
difference from an
garage.
accident, you know,
Doesn't
to
look
say
like it's on a jack or a
murder or
ramp
something.
there.
Like, but nothing happened at all, you know. While he was at my house, it was just like he had a little fall, you know, cleaned him up, this and
Might have
that,
smoke
and we're off
bomb, is
again,
there
you
a
know.
dog?
He was playing
Has he disappeared, MJ? I didn't see anything.
like if an accident happens, it's an accident. But like, you know, they said, oh, the car fell off the jack. It wasn't even on a jack, it was on ramps, you know.
and it didn't fall off at all.
No. I was the, only one to say that I seen him, and I was the last to see him. They took my car, they forensicked it,
There was no forensic evidence to show you'd been to the dam, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Car leaked water, and because I had you crawl under the car sort of thing. It was like my wallet was in the back, and I just threw it in the,
Really?
front floor of the car, which was
that.
wet.
Look at you, girl.
You had been found not guilty, but the court of public opinion still is quite damning. There was no accident?
No accident, like I said. It's like...
You didn't murder him, you didn't hit him on the head, you didn't break his arm?
No. Just a mistake, and then ended up costing a young boy his life, which is on me.
Wow. He must have got some serious death threats, I think.
The
Here we go,
tight timeline, it was argued, made it near impossible for Greg to dispose of JAIDYN's body. After dropping Belinda home, Greg was stopped at 3:30 a.m. for a random breath test. The police case was that Greg returned to his home, collected JAIDYN's body and disposed of it in a dam 20 kilometres away. Greg then returned to Belinda's house and both went to Moe police station.
Now we know that he's pulled up by the police at 3:30, so let's say 3:35 he leaves
He left from
that
the
scene and the police drive away. So he's got between 3:35 and 4:45 to get home, to collect the things that he wants to dump the body in, to put all the body in the sleeping bag with the other items, to tie the crowbar to it, and then to put all that back in the car and then drive to the dam, dump the body, get back out, get in your car, drive home, get rid of your clothes, put the wet money under your mattress, leave your wet wallet in the car, put some new clothes on and get around to Belinda's place by 4:45. That's a very tight time frame.
It is tight, but what we're saying is the scene was set. All he had to do after we was pulled over by the police was to go home, get a piece of rope and a crowbar and drive that distance on a deserted, open country road. Okay, it's tight, but it's far from impossible.
Ooh, okay, so that's what if that's what acquitted him? What if they got the timeline wrong? Because the girls were getting ready to go out that night, so, he was looking after JAIDYN just after lunch, and then he was supposed to drop him off that night over at the babysitter who was looking after the other kids, the other girls, Brianna and Katie's kids. And he didn't. So I'm thinking with the timeline, someone said that about 3 o'clock or something, they heard Greg scream, and it was a scream that they'd never heard before. And then he was seen hosing down his driveway even though it was raining. So I'm thinking, what if this happened? What if the car was on a jack, which he says in prison to another prisoner that it was? He says to Underworld character Benji Veneman that it was. What if it fell on him, broke his arm, and hit him on the head because he had a head injury, which is what they determined killed JAIDYN, and then left. He had plenty of time, from 3 p.m. all the way up to 2 a.m. when he went to get Belinda to dispose of. So what if that was the timeline? Hey, Jackie. You think because of the Pig's Head Gang? Now, it is interesting. This story is so convoluted, guys. So you need to watch the videos below, kind of thing, or watch the 60 Minutes one if you've watched those. There were ins and outs. People were sleeping with each other's boyfriends and girlfriends. Small Victorian town. It was an absolute circus. So yeah, this pig's head gang who threw the pig through his window, that kind of like placed, I think, reasonable doubt on who did this. And I agree, Jackie. I think because of the other characters involved, now there was never any evidence that they took a baby from the house. And what motive would they have to do that? Most people think there was an accident and he kind of freaked out and well, JAIDYN was found with a lot of, it was a Benadryl or something like that in his system. So, you know, maybe it was just the arm that was broken and he gave him a lot of drugs, but then where did the blow to the head come from? There was a lot of, I think, circumstantial evidence, but because the police messed up, particularly with the forensic search of his car, you know, there was enough reasonable doubt there and for his acquittal. But looking back on it, do you think these days juries are more switched on? Do we see more convictions? Do you think back then, I don't want to say, you know, the jury's stupid or anything like that, but it kind of appears that way if you look at earlier trials. Like, look at how many wrongful convictions there were in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and things like that. So it's just interesting. And MJ, I did not know that he's done a runner. Greg Domasevich can't be found. I'm assuming, I don't know what his charges were. Oh, the wet wallet. Yeah, that's in the videos too, guys. So yeah, he had links to Blue Rock Dam. Because he would take JAIDYN there, but they didn't search that one first, and then they said they ran out of money. They searched Narakan Lake or whatever it was, 3 other lakes. With divers, but then you know, they ran out of money. They should have searched Blue Rock Dam first. He had, the wet wallet that they found, the wet money, $600 under his mattress. All of this circumstantial evidence that on its own probably, you know, doesn't hold much merit, but when you piece it together, we all know, you know, in true crime, you kind of piece it together and you get a picture. And yeah, there's some holes in the puzzle, but enough for an acquittal, you know. And I do explain in the second part of that video the laws about double jeopardy in Australia. Britain and I think Canada, Great Britain, I think Canada, have changed their double jeopardy laws now that they can be overridden if there is new and compelling evidence. However, Australia doesn't have that. America doesn't have that. You've still got the laws of double jeopardy. The only way you could really probably get someone would be perjury, if you could prove perjury. And you see that a fair bit in double jeopardy cases where you can't get someone for murder, and then so you try and get them for perjury, which still in the States holds a pretty hefty, you know, sentence of 10 years or more. But they could have been, but I mean, he's been in constant trouble with the police since he was young, and obviously, you know, with MJ now saying that he's done a runner, it'd be interesting to find out what his charges were, but I'm willing to bet after that aired that he got a lot more death threats, and he's probably shit scared. But yeah, so I got you, Jenny. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a good analogy. I got you. Yep. yeah, so I do have StreamYard set up in the background if anyone wants to come up and chat. Otherwise, I'm probably going to wrap it up. That's all I really wanted to say on it. When it comes to true crime cases, you know, with researching and that, I really kind of deep dive in and make sure I kind of get the information. I don't just try not to, you know, just read it from another source and, you know, copy other people's information and things like that. So, but that takes a lot of concentration and clarity. And then when you're not getting any REM sleep and you're coming off medications and things like that, you know, that's why I've needed a break this year. So it's easier to kind of have fun and play Jackbox, but that's a, you know, different kind of content. And I just wanted to, I don't want to give up true crime. I love it, you know, and I think that's why most of us are here. Yeah, just kind of getting that information and getting it out to you guys. I know probably know a lot more about American law than anything else. So we can definitely talk about the Morphew case. When the arrest affidavit comes out, I don't feel like it's worth talking about until that comes out. Because the prosecution has been ordered to give that affidavit over to the defence, which they haven't done yet. Now, that's exculpatory. It comes under exculpatory evidence, so that it could favour the defendant. And if they don't pass that over, it's a Brady violation. So there was a case, I believe, I'm not good with numbers, but 1961, I think it was a Brady Stay versus Brady, and exculpatory evidence wasn't turned over, and so now you've got the Brady violation, which could be applied to the prosecution, in which if they there's severe penalties if they don't hand this over. So yeah, I would say probably hold off on the Morphew case until that happens. Valo case, different story. It's my birthday on the 9th and Chad's gonna be in court. So that's a good birthday present because last year sucked. They found the kids on the 9th and it was a pretty sucky birthday, but we'll try and make it a happy event this year. In Australia, you can't get a retrial if there's double jeopardy, even if there's new and compelling evidence. No, Australia hasn't updated the law. 2004, Great Britain and Canada updated it to if there was new and compelling evidence. And in this case, there is new and compelling evidence. It's in part 2 of my videos, I think, on JAIDYN Leskie's case about the forensic or lack of proper forensic overview of Greg Domasevich's car. There were 3 inquests in the JAIDYN Leskie case, and in the second one, the coroner found that Greg Domasevich disposed of JAIDYN in Blue Rock Dam. Not that he murdered him, but that, I believe, I'd have to go back and have a look, oh my god, but that he did, and Greg Domasevich disputed that, and that coronial inquest was stopped. And then there was a third one, only because Greg was recorded having conversations with Benji Beneman's underworld character in Australia. If you guys have watched, now I'm having a blank. What show am I meaning, guys? Underworld. Oh, thanks, Tanya. It did amount to nothing. I kind of feel sorry for Belinda. Look, she was young. Dare I say, stupid. I mean, I was a young mum. I had my son when I was 18. I don't know, was she in love? You know, she left him with the wrong bloke. Some of the comments I've seen about her, they can't even go up on YouTube. I can't even repeat them. They're that horrible about her. But, you know, I just can't imagine. Underbelly, there we go, guys. Underbelly, yeah. Yeah, so that's how the third coronial inquest came about, because, yeah, Greg Domisevich, it involves some shady people. Seriously, like if he's dealing with underbelly people, underworld characters, you know, then, oh my gosh, yeah. Alright, does anyone want to come up and chat, or are we done skis? Because I do have it as a backup, but I just have to switch some technical stuff over. What do we got planned? I haven't even organised my birthday stream. I don't even know what we're doing yet. I've got some ideas, but I'm not sure yet. We're going to play some Jackbox and that. I'm supposed to have the members tournament tomorrow. And then it is community day on Sunday for Pokemon Go. There's so much going on. See, why would you bother with the drama when there's like so many other things you can do? Gangland, there we go. Yeah. Gangland characters. That's a good. See, this is what I'm talking about. You just like have a brain fart constantly though, like brain diarrhea when you can't think properly. But I've gotten through 42 minutes so far and haven't fainted yet. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, if nobody wants to come up for a chit chat, then I'm going to end the stream and get organised for the next one. So yeah, it's just a thank you for the members that I have, and yeah, I just find drama really draining, and just counterproductive. That's all. It's just like how much time was wasted this week, you know, having to deal with it. Not that I wouldn't do it again, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, but yeah, so I think there's a show called Gangland as well. I haven't seen that. I enjoyed most of the Underbelly series, except for maybe one season. I think when it went back real early, like the 60s, it kind of didn't interest me. Brain fluffs, that's the best way to describe it. Thank you, Tanya. I really appreciate your support. Yeah, tomorrow I think we're gonna do the tournament, and I've got to get up before 8, don't I? I'm working on so many different time zones for it, so yeah, just a thank you for all the members who play Jackbox. But yeah, you can't be asked to drama. Yeah, Honey Badger, I know. Yeah, that's why we've got these lovely people in here. Alright, thanks for popping in, guys. Hopefully I will see you, I know I will see you next week with something related to the Vallow case. Hopefully we'll be able to get in on Chad's hearing. That'll be the best birthday present ever. Even though it'll be the 10th here, but anyway, it'll be a belated birthday present. Well, I'll celebrate my birthday twice. How about that? Thanks, ladies, for coming in, and Ollie. And I don't think there's any other men. Alright, love you guys. Bye.